Hey everyone. Wow. This whole Nancy Pelosi thing is really rattling a lot of GOP Republicans right now because the concern is, will Democrats use this somehow to their advantage as we head into midterm elections just days away now? It's pretty lousy, right? When we actually have to think in such extreme political ways instead of thinking about the stuff that really matters. I mean, obviously, this is horrible what happened. You like my glasses? This is horrible what happened to her husband. And my heart goes out to them as human beings. I guess what I just so despise is that these things always still come back to politics. There's a lot going on in this country that is pretty scary. And that concerns our economy. Our Federal Reserve, of course, meeting this week. We're going to get to all of that in today's show. Hello, welcome to the program. I am Trish Regan. Portions of today's program are brought to you by Legacy Precious Metals. There's never been a better time to invest for the long term in precious metals. So go get your free investing guide today at legacypminvestments.com. Again, legacypminvestments.com, 1-866-589-0560. So let's talk a little bit about how this handicaps, if you would, as much as I hate this, the actual November race. It was obviously a horrible thing, but what makes it even more horrible is how the left will manipulate it to try to gain advantage in November. And, you know, this is one crazy man who apparently also was a pretty left-leaning kind of guy, a nudist colony member, and had some very progressive girlfriends in his past that prided themselves on their liberal politics. But of course, he's being tarred and feathered and seen as somebody who was created out of this sort of culture that lifted Donald Trump up. So that is lousy in so many ways. And yet this is what they're going to do to try to gain some advantage. So I think that you just need to recognize all of this for what it is and remember what actually really and truly does matter. And for me anyway, that's our economy, right? It is the economy, stupid. And this is why we need politicians in place there in Washington, D.C. that really do care about the issues we care about. I mean, one of those issues, of course, is first and foremost, the economy. And this stuff matters. I mean, the country that we all love, the America that we all love, is really hurting right now, and people are justifiably worried about the future. I get that, but I'd also say, look, you know, we've got to keep the faith, so to speak. We can't lose hope, especially if you're somebody who's older and you're living on a fixed income. You certainly know better than anyone, perhaps, how strong America can be when we all work together. And it's one of the reasons why I think it's important for people to look at joining an association that I'm proud to be part of, the American Association of American Mature. It's one of the reasons why I would urge you to join forces with a wonderful organization. It's the Association for Mature American Citizens, also known as AMAC. You should check them out, amac.us/Regan, R-E-G-A-N, my last name, AMAC, AMAC.us/Regan. It really is out there to enrich the lives of seniors and to uphold our values, including our values surrounding freedom and our freedom to prosper for all Americans. They're out there helping push forward some conservative causes that really mean a lot. So membership, it comes with all kinds of great things. You get discounts on hotels, you get discounts on financial planning, you get advice on Medicare, Social Security, all of that stuff. It's really important. A lot of advisory services as well. So becoming a member is really easy. All you have to do, as I said, is go to amac.us/Regan. It's just $16 a year. You're going to make it back in no time just on all the discounts. And you know that you're working together with a group of people that care about things as much as you and I do. And we all want to keep America on track. So join AMAC today, amac.us/Regan. Again, amac.us/Regan. You look at the GDP number that we had, and I realize the administration is going hog wild for that, right? They think that this was just fantastic news. It's not enough. I'm going to tell you that it's not enough. And when you look at all the warning signs out there, including just, some data that we're seeing on home construction that just came out. All the signs point to major troubles ahead. You look at all the CEOs that have come out, Jeff Bezos being one of the most recent ones, saying this is going to get rather ugly. And I think you need to recognize and prepare for that. The problem is we have an administration that doesn't even want to admit it. I mean, heck, they got James Taylor out there on the front lawn of the White House playing tunes to celebrate how their stimulus package, their Inflation Reduction Act, give me a break, the title of all titles, talking about a misnomer and misleading. That, my dear, is fake news. Anyway, they had James Taylor out there playing to celebrate how unemployment's going down when it's not, or inflation is going down when it's not. It's not adjusted for inflation. Wages actually are in a far worse place. Inflation is still sky high, no matter what Joe Biden is trying to say, no matter the spin that's out there. And it's just getting to the point where I think Americans are saying, okay, enough. And yes, we all feel terrible for what happened in San Francisco to Nancy Pelosi's husband. There was no reason that should have ever happened. By the way, I still wonder where the San Francisco police and the FBI were not tracking that a bit better. But it happened, and we need to still recognize that there are things that government can and cannot fix. I mean, when somebody's mentally ill, that's a tough thing, right? And this guy sounds like he had quite a history. There's that. There's the reality that, yes, our police need to be strong. They need to be strong. Our FBI needs to be strong. Our government needs to be strong. Our military needs to be strong. I mean, I'll go on. Our border needs to be strong, okay? And our economy needs to be strong. We need strength. And we can get that. We can get that with the right leadership. But if you're so bogged down in politics that you're not willing to actually see what's out in front of you and take the necessary steps to accomplish that, I mean, again, I'll go back to simple things like the border, then how are you protecting us and making us strong? Joe Biden and every other leader right now that is responsible for the chaos this country is now in. That's what we need to think about. And I'll leave you with this because I want to give a quick plug for my favorite thing, for my favorite dog I'm going to show you on this Halloween. He's actually with the kids right now, and they're eating candy because it's Halloween, and they are going to be all candied out like for the rest of the week. But Fluffy doesn't have candy. No, Fluffy doesn't have candy. He has Rough Greens, and I gave him a little bit of Rough Greens. This is a wonderful supplement that he absolutely loves that I put in his food every single night. It was created by a wonderful gentleman, a friend of mine, who I've spent a lot of time talking to about health, including health for our loved friends like Fluffy, and of course his dogs. That would be naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black. And Dr. Black created Rough Greens because he wanted to make sure that his dogs were healthy and that they were getting all the essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and digestive enzymes that they need to have a long and healthy life. And that is something that I believe in so fundamentally for all of us, including our little friends who, he's getting the night off. I think he's about to start a union, I guess. That little guy of mine. Anyway, having fun with the kids. I don't want to tear him away, and enjoying his Rough Greens. But think about how you're taking care of yourself, and of course, taking care of your pets. I think you want to make sure that they have all the nutrients that they can get to, so that they're strong, right? We need a strong country, we need a strong self, and we need strong people around us, and of course, strong animals as well. So my Fluffy loves to eat now. He's never, the biggest eater in the world, but he definitely loves to eat now that I have this, I like to call it the hot sauce on top. Dr. Dennis Black created it, as I said, and he's got a special offer actually right now for anybody who's interested. No strings attached here. You just can go to Rough Greens, RUFF Greens, GREENS, roughgreens.com, and get a free bag of this supplement for your puppy or your big dog. And it's all, as I said, for free. You just have to pay for shipping. So take advantage of that offer. I think that you will be thrilled. I think you're going to see a difference in your dog quite quickly. I mean, I certainly just seeing how happy he is when he gets it certainly makes me feel good. And most of all, I love knowing that he's got the nutrients. So check it out when you can. I'm going to be back with you tomorrow. We're going to be talking more about the economic stuff. I've got Charlie Dombeck joining the show, and we're going to discuss how you can think about real estate investing right now in light of these higher rates. I mean, on the one hand, it's great, right? There may be some wonderful opportunities out there for you. On the other hand, are you willing to watch those values potentially decline in the here and now over the next couple of years? How do you negotiate that? How do you walk that line? How do you know when it's right to get in on a real estate investment? So we'll talk to Charlie about all of that. I love having you guys here. Please make sure that you sign up for the channel, that you subscribe here, of course, that you are registered and subscribed on Apple iTunes or on Spotify. And if you're watching on video on Rumble or on YouTube, let me know. What do you think of the glasses? I don't wear them that often, but every now and then they make a guest appearance. I'll see you tomorrow.